Upgrading is a skill you should learn to master by Wildman Bill. I recently saw an expert on television say that when the human race began, we doubled our knowledge every 1800 years. In the early days of the human race, and for the longest time thereafter, there weren't too many new and improved versions of anything. Now it's estimated that the human race doubles our combined knowledge of everything that is known in less than 100 years. When you think about all the TV commercials that you've seen, how many times have you heard the words new and improved or breakthrough technology? Some of that's hype, but if you think about the first computer you owned or the first piece of video equipment, you quickly realize how much they've improved in less than 20 years. The fact is, with computers, video equipment, and other electronic equipment, many of the things that you own become almost obsolete in 5 or 10 years. Yes, some things become collector's items and the value increases over the years, but most things don't become collector's items. They become useless stuff for hogging up space. The VHS videotape format is never going to come back. The DVD killed it. Rare records and albums do have value because there are so many people who collect them. So, you have to figure for yourself, of all the things you own, which things have no value and which things have value to collectors. Upgrading is fun, and it's always exciting to have new, improved versions of something you own, but you don't want to go into debt so deeply that you end up working just to make monthly payments on electronic equipment that may become outdated before it's paid off. This is a trap that many men fall into. The smart thing to do is to be aware when something you own that still functions okay is about to lose value because a much better version just came out onto the marketplace. That is the time to sell your old equipment before it loses all its financial value. That is how you master the skill of upgrading. For example, for a long time I owned a video editing system that edits 3/4 inch tape. I paid $7,000 for it, and it was a great deal when I bought it. I became attached to it. I should have sold it when most video production people stopped using 3/4 inch tape and started using digital tape. If I had sold it earlier, I could have most likely gotten $2,000 for the system. Instead, I held on to this equipment for so long that when I finally sold it, I only got $150. The lesson I learned is, when something starts to lose value because a better technology has replaced it, sell it quickly while it still has value. I have a friend that still has a DOS computer stored away in his garage. He can't bring himself around to recycling it out because he paid $3,000 for the system when he bought it new many years ago. DOS was the operating system of the PC before Windows was invented. That technology is never going to make a comeback, maybe in a post-nuclear period. If he had sold it before Windows dominated the computer world, quite possibly he could have gotten half his money back. Now, if you own a 100-year-old typewriter, even though the computer replaced the typewriter in offices around the world, it has some value to collectors. If you're good at buying and selling things, you could end up with a new and improved version for only a few dollars more because you got top dollar for your old item. You should always sell your old stuff before it becomes worthless. Becoming attached to old items can cost you money, just like a bad romantic relationship. I know that many guys like to hold on to old stuff because it makes them feel good that they have all this stuff stored away in their house, attic, and garage. That is not the road to happiness. The smart thing to do is get rid of everything that you have not used in 3 years. Then use the money to date beautiful women. Take a picture or a video of each woman that you date, and on those days when your energy is low and you need to feel good, go look at the pictures and videos of all the women you've been with. Happiness in life is about creating memories and getting the most out of every day, and not about owning old equipment that cannot love you back. Change the way you think, and life will become much more exciting. Now, before you go wild and throw away all your old stuff, go online and do a little research. You might own something that you can sell for a nice amount of money, and then you'll have the down payment money you need for that classic convertible car you've always wanted. Then you can start taking weekend trips to fun places with a sexy lover by your side. Guys often collect junk to avoid feeling lonely, but women go about it in a different way. I've known women who couldn't find a man to love them, so they started collecting Barbie dolls or stray cats. If you're a woman, you don't want to end up like that. The truth is that in life, sometimes we don't find true love. So if you can't find true love, you need to stop collecting old junk. If you're a man or a woman and you're lonely, you should get out there, start meeting other people, and do your best to score 2 or 3 thrilling one-night stands every week. That way, you'll end up a happy person in your old age because you'll have some great memories. This is Sean Case for America Newscape.